GM. So, we know what's coming. And you can see that I'm on this page because I want to show you guys that we are starting with the Blessing Galore event. And this time it's going to be 3 days, right? And during this event, we have a new feature where players can choose double stamina consumption in the continuous battle page to receive quadruple item rewards. So now we can burn our stamina faster to get more rewards, because I know for a fact, me and a lot of other people, we have trouble burning through all our stamina during this time, right? And so now that we can do that, I want to just talk about a couple of things that, my comment section has, brought light to me, and it made sense, okay? And so what is that? And that's basically, when you're doing your 2x, here's something I want you guys to think about. As you can see, I'm really getting ready to stack my stamina here, right? I haven't collected any of this, right? I haven't collected any of my check-ins. I've not collected, let me just grab this real quick. I haven't collected the stamina here as well, because I'm stacking stamina starting today and tomorrow, because I want to use that stamina to do a few things. The stamina that I'm going to stack is going to be used to build more characters, alright? And a lot of people don't do that, they just jump straight into farming gear. But then, you guys have to think about this as well. If you guys just jump straight into farming gear and you guys are not, building up your units, you've just missed an opportunity to actually build them, right? Because, for example, I want to, get my Hell Kit, my Bayon my Red Chiaki up to level 56 star. I also want to get their prowess up to 555, and this is the best time to use it, right? As you can see, I'm not done anything yet, and I'm sitting on 22 purple tofus. I need to put them to use, alright? There's no intrinsic value for me keeping it hoarded. I might as well use it, okay? And that's the same, it goes with like Beyonce. You can see I have all of this stuff already. Eventually, I want to get enough of these prowesses so that when I get the tofus, I can just slam it into whatever unit I want. But that is not the case for my SR units, because tofus are given out like candy for the SRs, right? And you see, I can build my Yang immediately. I can build RC77 if I really wanted to. I can build a Grey if I really wanted to. I have so many tofus, right? And this is the best time to do it. And so that's what I will be using my stacked stamina on. And once that is done, this is what I want to talk to you guys about. In the thresholds, I am thinking about going, relatively heavy on Doki Doki this time. And why Doki Doki and not Aurora, you will ask? Because I have come to realize that a lot of people are just slamming Aurora that when they can already do Aurora. They're just going straight into Aurora because they want the Bloodbath, they want the Swift Smite, they want the, the Momentum gear. They want all of these stuff, the Strive and stuff like that. But then they forget that sometimes, not me, but a lot of my viewers still cannot clear Wrangle efficiently or any of the shell bosses efficiently. And why is that? It's because when you're doing that content, even though we have Ninfornio to help us with the damage output now, because ultimately Wrangle is a damage check and a speed check, okay? And the problem here is that when you're in Wrangle, right, you want to have all of your units faster than this piece of shit here, okay? This left ad, you want it to be faster than that, and you want it to be faster than this ad as well. And so you need to get all your shit out, all your S3s has to be pushed out by the AI, okay, before these two dumb fucks attacks you. Because number one, this thing puts silence, this one puts defense break attack down, and when you have that coupled with this motherfucker over here hitting your ass, you are going to die. And that's why a lot of people fail. And so if you can get your speed up, right, which you can only do that through Swift Rush and Swift Raid and Swift Smite, okay, arguably, but chances are you're going to get only your Swift Rush and Swift Raids here because you need the damage, right? 20% damage is better than, 20% effect accuracy in this case, because you can just stack triple effect accuracy on your claws and you're good to go, right? And so, but you need to get them super fast. You need to get them faster than this ad and this ad. And you can see that my Lily is sitting about 203 plus 203 speed, so this is 330. My Kloss is sitting at about 301. My Ninfornio is sitting at about 290. And the only thing that changes here is that my DPS is slow. Alright, but it is tuned in the way where even though Lily is faster than everything, she pushes my Yeli, but my Ninfornio and my Kloss are still moving first. Right? And you can see that this threshold is quite difficult to get because if you don't have the speed gear, you just can't do it. And so that's why I would recommend that you guys go into Doki this time instead of Aurora. Even though everybody wants to play a PvP, you need to get your PvE in check first. Okay? I'm doing this mainly because I want to get more speed gear. Am I going to roll a lot of speed? I don't know. I'm not thinking that far ahead. I'm thinking about if I don't take the shot, I'm never going to get the quad speed. And if I don't have the speed gear to roll in the first place, I can't do it. Okay? But for you guys, this should be your goal. Even if with Hoyan, right? With Hoyan, you definitely, if you have this team that I'm having here, right? Ignore Lily. Ignore Lily. I have Lily, I'm going to abuse Lily. If you have Lily and you don't abuse Lily, you're kind of stupid. Okay? But you can always just turn this into a Freya and that will do just fine. Okay? But you can see that you definitely want your Selens to move first. And you need to be at about 270 to 80 speed, right? To outspeed everything. So if you, let's say you put here at 270, then your Claw should be at about 265 or 269. Then your Freya should be at about, 260. And then your DPS moves later on. Okay? And that is still a good amount of speed that you need to speed tune properly, because a lot of people are going to find themselves being able to do one of the speeds, but the other one immediately falls off a cliff. So for example, your Selens is 270, let's say, but your Claws is now 249. You'll fall off the cliff, right? Because you're here to make sure your speed tuning is correct, and the only way you can do this is to have a lot of variety and enough gears to gear up 4 units. Okay, we are in the 4th Blessings Galore, but people are still struggling because they're not farming the right things. Okay, so that's what I want to talk to you guys about. Your speed tuning is super important when it comes to clearing out your PvE, because at the end of the day, it's a matter of understanding the mechanic of the boss and how you can beat it by moving first, which is mostly Hoyan. It's mostly, Nico Nana, it's Sharon, it's Rengokutsu, which are the 4 shell farms that you will be doing permanently to perpetuity. Okay? Same thing with Thresholds. It's the same thing with Aurora. If you can't clear Aurora, here's the reason why. It's because you need to strip first, then you need to put the debuffs, then you need to put the buffs on your opponent, then you attack. Okay? You have to go through that sequence. And so that's why you should be focusing a little bit more on Doki Doki. And please guys, don't ignore Terramaton. Okay? Terramaton is quite important because this is where you're going to get your Keen Eye, and your Keen Eye is extremely important to do damage. It is your damage check. If you get Harvest from here, and you get Keen Eye from here, and you have a White Fang or Revelation or whatever the fuck you have, your damage dealer is going to do a lot of damage. Okay? Now, granted that my Yeli is on momentum. Okay? Granted it's on momentum. But you can see I'm using Harvest here because I want to get the initial hit to be, ignoring defense. But let's go down to the Ting because you can see that I still use the Ting, right? If I put my Ting gear back on, okay, which is going to be all the way down here, because I've been moving gears around when I'm doing my Guild Wars. Where is he? There he is. Okay. You can see that he's on Keen Eye, Fury Edge, Harvest. Okay? Same thing. Alright? You are going to get your Keen Eye, you're going to get your Fury Edge there. I know a lot of people don't have Fury Edge and they only have the one that comes from the event for clearing Inferno for the first time. For fuck's sake, guys. You need a few of them. You need at least 3 or 4 of them. Okay? So don't ignore your Terramaton. if you have to do a split like what I would be doing, okay, this is what I'll be doing. I'm gonna throw 60% here, I'm gonna throw 30% here, and I'm gonna throw 10% here. Alright? That 10% is more than enough. Alright? Do a little bit here and there. Get some gear, get some keen eyes. You may drop a Fury Edge. You may drop multiple Fury Edges now with the 4X. But make sure you save some stamina for this guy. Okay? That's the video. I thought I bring this to light because a lot of people are going to stray away from the path. I'm here to guide you and keep you in check. But that's it. If you enjoyed this video, you found value, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one.